Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tableau tutorials. In this video we will see two very simple types of charts that are supported by Tableau, and we will see all about them. That is, what is their features, why should we create them. Also we will try to create some of them for us. So the two charts that we would be seeing is the Gantt chart and the packed bubbles chart. So particularly out of these two charts, Gantt chart is relatively important because whenever we want to talk about timelines or the tasks that must be completed in a given set of time, then the Gantt chart is created because it uses the date dimension as a compulsory requirement. So if you just go to this Gantt chart, we have got a compulsory requirement as one date that must be present, one or more dimensions, and 0 to 2 measures. So basically you can get any dimension and a date. That is the minimum requirement to create a Gantt chart. So let's see how do we create that. First of all, we have this shipment date. Let's just get that into the columns, right? Now the first requirement is completed. The second is the dimensions. So let me get the dimension as the subcategory into the rows. Now you can see the Gantt chart is available. If you just click on it, the Gantt chart is created. Now what is this Gantt chart is comprised of is, let's just increase its size a little bit and select to entire view, is that in the different years, that is from 2018 to 2021, what we are getting is that the different subcategories that are being sold, the items of these different subcategories are being sold. Now the measures is not a requirement, but as you can see, this Gantt chart is not giving us many more information as it might give with the help of measures. So let's just get one measure into it, that is the sales measure. Let's just get that into the rows. If we get the sales measure into the columns, then what do we get is these different information like this. Actually what we can do is just remove this, and what we can do is select these measures from here, that is the sales, the shipment date, and the subcategory, and now just click on the Gantt chart. So what will it do? It will create this kind of a Gantt chart for us. Let's just remove this year ship date from here. Just a second. Actually there is some kind of a error that's occurring. Let me just rectify it. So now the Gantt chart is created. This is how it looks. Okay. Now let's just take a look at that. We have got the year into the columns and the subcategory as the rows, and we have got the sales column into the size. Now whatever the size is, it tells us that what is the contribution of that particular subcategory in that particular year. Like if we take a look at 2019, we have got a bigger size of the chairs. That means chairs are sold in much more numbers than art because it is a smaller size. Now automatically the shape is taken as square. If you want, you can just change it to circles. You can just change it to relatively any other shape from here. You can just choose any shape like this. Let me just go with these plus symbols, and if you want to increase their size, you can increase their size a little bit as well. That's too much. Let me just keep it like this so that we are able to see the information. Okay. You want to change the colors, you can just change the colors as well, or say you want to apply the profit into the colors. So what happens is the profit and the loss statements or the data is being shown on the basis of the colors. So this is a Gantt chart that shows us the data on the basis of the timeline. Right now we are getting year. If we just get it into the form of the quarters, if you want to get it in the form of the months, that's the simple things that we can get. But I think quarter is sufficient because that's what we are getting. So that's how the Gantt chart is working. It is relatively important for the projects, like whenever we want to communicate the timelines of the projects, then we can use these Gantt charts. Now, next visualization that we are going to work upon is the bubbles visualization, right? So it is supported by Tableau. Like, this is the Sparked Bubbles visualizations. Tableau has named it as so. It requires at least one dimension or one or two measures, and the picturization of this visualization is very similar to a word cloud. Like, if you have seen a word cloud, you might know that it is a combination of the words. The larger the size of the word, that means the more frequency of that particular word is, or that particular thing is. So just like this, the packed bubbles is created. Right now in this video we will see how to create packed bubbles. In the next video we will see how to create word clouds, which is not supported by Tableau. So that would be a custom visualization that we would be creating, right? So let's just get some of the dimensions, like get the subcategory and the profit, okay, over here, and just change it into packed bubbles. So this is what we are getting. Copiers, phones, accessories, papers are all bigger circles. They are giving us the most profit. We have got a very small circle for fasteners. That means it's giving us a less profit, and a slightly bigger circle for machines. That means it is giving us more profit than the fasteners, but relatively lower values of profits. Now, the interesting thing to note about this visualization is we are getting this value as 3 negative. That means there were 3 subcategories in which we were not getting any profit, we were getting some loss. So what this thing has done is that packed bubbles visualization, what it has done is it has just removed them from the visualizations, because you cannot show the negatively sized bubbles, right? The information is communicated through us in this way. If you want, you can filter this data. That means all those 3 negative values would be removed. If you don't want that kind of a tooltip over here, so that would be removed and you would be getting the information. Now the thing is, we are getting the colors on the basis of the subcategory, but if we remove that and we try to get the colors on the basis of profit, so this is what we are getting. Let's just choose a different color range. What we can do is choose the red green range, red green diverging, and click on OK. So green means the highest profit, the darkest the green, the highest the profit, and the darker the red is means lower the profit, right? So this is for the profit. If you don't want to create it for the profit, you want to create it for some other visualization, let's just create it for sales. So we can just go to this packed bubbles option, and that's created for sales. Go to entire view. Now it is created for this sales visualization, but the thing is that if we want, what we can do is we can just get the colors on the basis of profit. Like, although the size is on the basis of sales, but the color is on the basis of profits. So this is even more interesting because it includes, as you can see in the profit, it includes even the loss values. That means the tables are giving us a negative profit or a loss, so that is shown over here. Similarly, supplies also, similarly bookcases also. So these are the 3 subcategories that we were not able to get in the case of the first visualization, that were giving us a loss, but we are able to get them right now. So this is how the visualization is created, and this is how we can manipulate it to show the maximum information to us. Now there is one more thing that we can do is let's just duplicate this sheet, and what I'm gonna do is just clear this sheet, get in the subcategory, get in the profit as well as the sales, right? Now with these 3, I'm just going to create a packed bubbles, because as you can see, it can take more than 1 measures as well. So when I do that, it automatically does exactly what we did in the previous one. That is, it assigned the sum of the profit to the size and the sum of the sales to color, and gave us the 3 negative values. So this is something that it did, but again, it is not as beneficial to us as this visualization was. So although Tableau works good for you to give you the best possible results, still you can make manipulations as per your wish. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.